What's up, everybody? This is Kyle from Green Hat Local SEO, and in this video, we're going to go over how your on-page SEO sucks for local SEO, even if you think it's good, or even if you're paying an SEO company to do it for you. And I'm going to show you exactly why. But before we do that, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know if you think I'm full of shit, or if you think I'm an asshole, or if you like what I have to say. And if you want to work with us, click the link below in the description for a Green Hat Local SEO, and let's get to it. So this is for a landscaping company over in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They're actually, their GBP, their Google Business Profile is in McKinney. And so this company is they're paying for SEO for sure. And at first glance, it looks pretty good, right? Oh shit, look at this landscaping near me. Look at all that map pack rankings. Look at all this map pack goodness. Until you realize this is really misleading, right? So they got number ones here for sure. Number threes in the map pack, cool. But look, there's nobody around this area. This is about as uncompetitive as you can get. And when I actually looked at the population in the radius right here, where they're actually ranking in the map pack, you can see here, right there, right? And right there, there's a total of 11,000, well, approximately 11,000 people, 11,500 people in that area. And how much you want to bet these guys are spending $1,500 a month on their SEO? Like, is that really worth it? Are they really getting the ROI from that? And when you realize that once you actually get outside of this area over to where people actually are, oh shit, look at that. They're fucking nowhere to be found. As soon as there's the slightest amount of competition and pushback, this thing just fucking craters. It's like an elementary school bully the second you punch them right in the nose, right? So when looking at reports like this tells me that I'm sure they're super fucking excited about their SEO, but probably wondering why they still aren't getting leads and shit. And this is why. And it's super easy to see that their current SEO company and their current SEO strategist is not working. So I looked at other landscaping companies, and here's one that I see a lot, and a strategy I see a lot that just doesn't work, right? So service areas, right here, look, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, right, it says westonlandscape.net/service areas. This is the URL it takes you, right? So you can't just have a list of cities on here and expect Google to know that that's where you are, where you're doing your services. You can't draw a custom map on here and then Google's gonna be like, well, okay, they do a map on here, I guess I'll rank them in this area. No, Google's still just a bunch of dumb bots, okay? They're just a bunch of dumb ones and zeros, and you need to almost literally spoon feed them all the information that you want them to know. And if you aren't telling them that, if you aren't showing them that, then they don't know to rank you there. You know, too many SEOs, too many YouTube SEO gurus and shit like that try to get too cute by saying, oh, you know, if you just get a custom map and embed it on there, or if you get a custom map and you blur, 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 it doesn't fucking work, right? So Google custom My Maps were devalued years ago. In fact, for a long time, they weren't even getting indexed. They just started getting re-indexed. It's 2025. They started getting re-indexed like 2 years ago. So doing something like this does not help your SEO at all. And I see this a lot because people are just too goddamn lazy to make pages for every city they want to rank for. And if you do that, then fuck it, you're going to get what's coming to you. You're not going to rank anywhere. And my clients are going to rank ahead of you because we actually take the time to do proper SEO and tell Google exactly what we want to rank for. So just having service areas like this and just saying, oh yeah, look at this list of cities that we offer services in is not going to help anything. So I want to get that out of the way first. Just don't fucking do that. Just don't be lazy. Take the extra time and actually create pages like this, but do it better than this, because you know what? This isn't ranking for dick, right? So Frisco, I chose Frisco because, Frisco is right over here somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, so Frisco's just right over in this area. I'm not here. Boom, there we go. So it's practically right next door. These guys are in McKinney, which McKinney is right here. Frisco is right next door, so it would make sense for them to target Frisco. However, they're doing it so badly they can't rank at all. And what I mean by that is if you look at this, if you look at landscaping Frisco, Texas, not even like landscaper near me, which is really what people are searching for, just doing landscaping Frisco, Texas, which should be pretty goddamn simple to rank for, is not anywhere. And look at this. It's not even like it's all of these, major, huge websites, and people are literally creating websites called landscapinginfriscotexas.com or whatever. We have Main Street Lawn Care, then we have JC Landscaping, Yelp, which is always easy to outrank. You just got to put some effort into it. But look at this. We still have an inner page right here, inner page right here, inner page right here. Something called Clay's Clippers, right? So there's no exact match domains. There's a mix of interior pages and home pages. There is a directory page here. There's Reddit right here. So it's a good mix of pages. It should be pretty simple to rank on the first page of organic for, and they're fucking not. Let's see where they're ranking at. So let's see, and none equals 20. Let's see if they're in the top 20 here. Let's see. Lawn Starter, City Turf, Altera Landscape Design, Angie's List, Solvita, Marlin Landscape, B&C number 16 for fucking landscaping in Frisco, Texas. How many times have you gone down to spot 16 to find a landscaper? Probably not a lot, right? And I can guarantee you that that's the same thing is happening over in Frisco, where people just aren't paying attention to them because they're on spot 16. Which again, if you look here, whoop, not there. We're gonna look here. If you look at these sites, they're not the strongest sites out there. I mean, this page has 395 words, TF of 12, CF of 19. If you look at the interior pages, CF of 2, TF of 2, CF of 22. Let's see, TF of 2, CF of 23. So they're fairly weak backlink pages, so it's not like they need a ton of backlinks to rank here. They might need somewhere between 7 and 11 links to rank on the first page if they did their on-page SEO right, which they fucking didn't. Let's see, 16. Let's see what they actually have, and they have a grand total of 0. So they got dick going for them, right? So considering that what I'm going to show you here in a little bit is their on-page SEO sucks and they're not building any links to it, this is why they can't even rank just next door in the next city over from where they're located. And it's also why they can't rank anywhere outside of, where there's more fucking cattle than people, right? Because again, there's 11,500 people in the area where they're ranking in the map pack, which is not sustainable for a business if you're going to be paying for SEO and shit. So let's go to the page. Service areas, Frisco, Texas. Cool. So this is what you want in your URL. This is how you want your site to be set up. So this is what they did good. They have a logical site set up to where they have their homepage, bclandscapingdfw.com/service areas, which is going to be just a repository for their service areas, links to their pages and stuff, which is good because this is an easy way for users to find the page they want and for Google. And I'll make another video about this later, but it also helps with internal linking and passing PageRank around to these different pages. Title tag, Frisco, Texas Lawn and Landscaping Services, B&C Landscaping. That's great. So they have their keyword in the title tag and their brand name. That's good for maybe 2022, right? This is by no means bad at all. There's a lot worse on this page we'll get to, but title tags need to be a lot more descriptive. So we put in what's called power words, like look or top or best or wow, something like that, something to get people's attention, right? And then if you put in like tildes or something like that, that also increases CTR because people aren't used to seeing that and it draws their eye in. So just having Frisco, Texas Lawn and Landscaping Services, yeah, I guess technically it's okay. This is something that I would expect from maybe some junior SEO or maybe some SEO from overseas if they're cheaping out, which I highly suspect they are. It's just not what is needed in 2025. So make it more descriptive. And then also title tags. If you want to do the best title tags, do them with Quora. Have Quora tell you what to do for title tags. They'll tell you exactly what related entities and keywords also need to be in there, which I can guarantee you are not in here. There's no related entities, no related keywords in here, which is things that Google needs. The problem with this is if everybody is just doing, Frisco, Texas Landscaping Services, Frisco, Texas Lawn and Landscaping Services, then how are you going to differentiate yourself? Name of the game is making yourself unique, right? Because Google already has all this information. So if you're just writing the same old bullshit that everybody else is, then Google's not going to have a reason to rank you, which you see right here. They're not doing anything unique. And because there's nothing unique here going, there's no links, Google's not ranking them. So title tag is okay, could be better. Let's go to, let's see, where's SEO Minion? So let's look at what their on-page SEO looks like. Okay, title tag, H1, Frisco, Texas Lawn and Landscaping Services. Again, technically sound, but not really telling a whole lot. Again, this is something that I would expect to pay somebody $5 an hour for, you know, a junior SEO. It looks like the spacing here is a little funky, but I'm sure that's just how it was printed here because it's printed here okay. And besides, Google doesn't really care. Google can tell that Frisco TX and Lawn Landscaping Services are two different thoughts. So let's go down to the rest of the page. H2, Lawn and Landscaping Services for Commercial and Residential Properties as well as HOAs in Frisco, Texas. Holy shit, that is a long H2 and full of a lot of different stuff. So don't get so fucking cute like this. Again, what I think is going on here is they're using an overseas contractor, paying them at most $5 an hour, probably closer to around $3 an hour to run ChatGPT, or maybe they have their own custom ChatGPT to create these headlines. However, they're getting way too cute with this, right? There's no reason why you should have all these different topics on here. Landscaping services for commercial, residential, and HOAs. These are three different ideas, three different topics, and need to be three different H2s. When you try to shove them all in there, Google's not going to know what to rank for, right? This is like when you were a kid and you took a whole bunch of Starbursts together and you mashed them up to create some unholy combination, and you couldn't tell what flavor was what. It was just, you know, Kyle's mouth surprise or whatever, right? That is exactly what's going on here. You know what this is? This is the Airheads mystery flavor, right? You ever seen those? It's like mystery flavor, and it's just like a white Airhead, when really that was just like them switching over the flavorings in the factory, so some of this shit got mixed together, and you didn't know what the fuck it was. It was a mystery flavor. To Google, this is a mystery H2 because there's too many different entities and different topics in this H2. So for the right away, like, Google's going to be confused because these should all be different H2s. You're not going to rank for commercial landscaping and residential landscaping with the same H2. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean here. So when we go to commercial landscaping Frisco, what do we have? We have Brightview again, Metro Lawn Care, Yelp, Night Lawn and Landscape, Texas Pride Landscape. And when we go to residential, who do we have? We have, well, one, we have a map pack here, which we don't have here. Two, we have Main Street, Phallus, Shade of Green, JC's Landscape, Grand Guys. You see what's different here? These are completely different results, which means they are two different vectors, which means they need two different types of keywords and entities to rank for. So shoving them all into one H2 and expecting Google to understand what you mean is just fucking stupid. So don't do this. If you want to rank for commercial and residential, at the very least, you're going to need to break them out into separate H2s and write separate content for them. If you want to have the best chance of ranking, then you need to put them on different pages too. Okay, cool. Improve your property with our lawn care, maintenance, landscaping, design, and build, and irrigation services. Again, what the fuck? These are all different ideas and entities. I'm getting pissed just looking at this because they are not doing what right by their client. Again, these are all just completely different ideas. And now, holy shit, now we're writing about Frisco, Texas with a map embed of Frisco. Who the fuck cares? If I'm in Frisco, I know where I am. I know what Frisco looks like. I don't need this. On top of that, Google reads things like we do, left to right, top to bottom. It assumes the stuff that is on the top of the page is the most important. So now all of a sudden you're writing about how Frisco, Texas is a vibrant city in the busy Dallas-Fort Worth area, blah, 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 when you should be writing about, hey, we are BNC Landscaping. We provide landscaping services in Frisco, Texas. Our landscaping services include next H2 commercial landscaping, next H2 residential landscaping, next H2 HOA landscaping services. That's how it should be. Not talking about going to see the Frisco Rough Riders or riding the Lazy River. The fuck do I care about that? I'm in Frisco. I know about these things. I don't care. I want a landscaping company. Why are you telling me where to go watch a baseball game? Google thinks the same thing. Help your grass reach its full potential with our lawn care and maintenance services. Holy shit. Again, they're getting way too cute with this because they just popped some shit into Chat GPT and paid somebody $3 an hour to do this. And So again, Google reads things like we do, left to right. It assumes anything at the left of a sentence or a title tag is the most important. They're putting the main keyword over here at the end of the title tag. They're putting way too much static in here. Google doesn't really know what this is, and Google's getting pissed because Google has to expend resources trying to understand what all this is, right? And the more it has to try to understand something, the more pissed off it gets, just like a human does, right? A healthy, green, and manicured lawn takes a lot of work to achieve. Fortunately, you don't have to lift a finger doing all the work because we will handle it with our lawn care and maintenance services, which are available to commercial properties. This doesn't say commercial properties in here at all. So now we're talking about commercial properties. Well, also as a reader, I don't have a commercial property, I have a home. So does this mean you're not going to do lawn maintenance services for my home? Okay, fuck off. I'm out of here. I'm outie. So again, businesses lawn care, cool. Now this is all about commercial lawn care, so why doesn't that say that up here? So you can see here how readers are going to get confused, and also Google's going to get confused because as we saw here, residential and commercial landscaping are two different vectors, and this accounts for a lot of other different areas. Before you say, oh, commercial or residential, whatever, or before you say, oh, emergency dentist and general dentist, go and make sure that they are on the same vector. Make sure, open up two different tabs, do the same, or do the search in each tab, and make sure all the results or most of the results are the same. If they are, then you can mention those two keywords in H2s on the same page. If they're different like this, then they need to have their own pages, right? So right away, this is Google just has no idea what this page is about. Users don't really know what this page is about. I'm probably pissed off as a user because I have a home and all of a sudden this is talking about business landscaping when really it didn't mention that at all in the title tag. So I'm feeling duped. Our landscaping services include, and also like this is not nearly enough content for Google to understand what's going on. It's not so much about the length of the content, but what keywords, entities, and stuff are in there. Length of the content matters more for users because you want to make sure that you're giving them enough information to make a decision, not so much that you write yourself out of a decision, right? I tell my writers there are certain things you need to have on each page, certain questions you need to answer, which is where am I? What can I do here? Why should I do it? Why should I do it with you? How will you decrease my anxiety? None of those questions are being answered here. They have some internal linking here, which is good, but this is really not enough for Google to understand that you also do overseeding, or you help fix overseeding in Frisco, or you perform weed control services in Frisco. Lawn mowing, oh shit, this goes to commercial lawn mowing services and commercial ground maintenance, which again, is not mentioned anywhere else here. All of a sudden, this goes just from landscaping to commercial landscaping with nothing in between. Users are confused. Google's confused. Our landscaping services include plantings and softscapes, artificial turf, landscape. Again, fuck, like softscapes, artificial turf, lighting, hardscaping. These are all different vectors. These all need to be on different pages, or at the very least on different H2s on this page, what they have not done. And I don't need to show you the results to show you that page is not going to rank for any of these things, right? Cool. So they have internal links, which is good. You need to have internal links to your service pages. A lot of people don't realize that. For each one of these city pages that you do, yes, you are trying to rank for example, landscaping, landscape design, or whatever in Frisco, but you need to link over to that service page on your site to show Google how they're related, right? Plus, as you're interlinking all the sites, you're passing around PageRank, which is going to cut down on the link building cost for your overall budget, because now you're having these pages kind of share whatever link juice they have with these other related pages. However, again, if you want to rank for landscape design in Frisco, you have to make a landscape design Frisco page. So it would be something like service area / Frisco / landscape design, not just linking over to the landscape design page and call it a day. That might work for something in this area right here where you're basically trying to rank in fucking Petticoat Junction, but when you get out to any sort of competition like McKinney or Frisco, that's not going to be working. So you can see here, like their SEO company or whomever really just kind of got lazy and cheaped out and didn't do what actually needed to be done here. All these different things, all these different ideas, all these different topics need to have their own H2s. Even better if they have their own separate page, right? And just linking by itself is not going to do that. You do need internal linking. but you need to have that content on the page. You need to have that context for Google to understand. Transform your outdoor living spaces with our design and build services. Great heading for users, not for Google, because Google doesn't know what the fuck this is. I know this is hardscaping just because I've done a ton of landscaping, SEO, and stuff before. But again, because they're not actually mentioning anything, if you look at hardscaping Frisco, Texas, they're not everywhere. And again, they're not anywhere. And again, these are not competitive competition. This page has 0 links. This page has 0 links. This page has 1 link. This page has 0 links, right? Even if you look at the TF for the entire domain, here's 18, here's 8, 24. Okay, that's pretty good. 7. So these are not super competitive. The other businesses are not super competitive. They should easily be able to rank if their on-page SEO was done correctly, but it wasn't. And it's just like the whole thing all the way down here. The on-page SEO really was not done very well at all. And you know what is missing here is a embed of their GBP, because again, they got super fucking cute and decided to embed the map for the city instead, which doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, how do you know that this is not optimized? You didn't use any tools with this. 1, I've done this for a long time. I know what a well-optimized page looks like. This isn't it. 2, I actually did use a tool, so shut the fuck up. So I used Page Optimizer Pro, which is a great tool, easy to use. Out of all the tools out there, this gives some of the best information. The only other tool I think that gives better information that is widely used is Cora. Cora and Page Optimizer Pro are the 2 tools that we use. There's other ones out there, but those are the ones that are probably the most popular ones that are going to give you the best results. And I know exactly what they did here. They went into Page Optimizer Pro, or maybe even Surfer, which is not going to give you the best results. Surfer, Neuron Writer, those are all a tier below Page Optimizer Pro and Cora. So they went here and like, oh, fuck, awesome. Got an 80.7 optimization score. Great. This is perfect. This is completely SEO'd. If this doesn't rank, well, it's because of Google, not because we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And cool, 80%. But at the same time, 1, you're looking at current word count is 1,149, target is 740. Really, I would probably err on the side of 750 to 1,000 words here. Like I said, I know I said there wasn't enough information on there for Google. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean in a little bit. So it looks like they did their job, right? Well, they didn't use the exact keyword on here. According to Page Optimizer Pro, that you need to have it on there, but I know just from experience, you don't actually need to have it as long as you have something like Frisco landscaping or something like that, right? Same thing with the H1, so don't even worry about this. Subheadings, this is where you need to pay attention. These subheadings, yes, it's just going to give you the keywords, but it's going to tell you exactly what topics you need to be writing about. They're barely relevant here. Main content. So it says here they use 134 words. The minimum should be 174. You're thinking, well, who cares? These are just numbers, right? They're close enough, and they got an 80.7%. Well, when you really get down to it, and this is where you need to have somebody who actually knows what they're doing. The most important words that you need to use on a page, aside from your main keyword, are entities. And that's what this Google NLP here is. And you can see here, they are falling far below what they actually need, right? Landscape and design, like, let's see, job, these 0 times lawn. They need to have more for lawn. Let's see, services, they use services 20 times, should only be 4. So this is where over optimization comes in. So over optimization really just means overuse of a word. And if you overuse a word, Google's going to try to shift their understanding of the page from what you actually want it to be over to what this word is, or this word that you're overusing, because that's what they're seeing the most of, right? So they're using the word services, which is a very vague entity, 20 times, and landscape only 12, right? So you can see here that even though it says it's 80.7 or optimized to wherever the score is 80.7, let's look at over optimization, because like I said, they over optimize a bunch of this shit, and well, what do you know? It goes all the way down to 55. So when we're doing things internally, we say you want to get this to at least a 75 or above. And when we consider over optimization, this just gets completely fucking nuked. And that's why it's ranking number 16 organically. One of the many reasons why it's ranking 16 organically and not anywhere on the first page, even though this is a low competition keyword. So for all these reasons, you can see here that somebody tried, they obviously paid somebody to do this, but the person they paid didn't really know what they were doing, thought they were doing on-page SEO well, and their on-page SEO actually kind of sucks. And this is why they can't rank. And personally, if I was BNC Landscape, I'd be fucking pissed, because it should not be hard to rank for landscaping in Frisco. And like I said, even then, they're only ranking really in the map pack in an area of 11,500 people. I mean, you could pay $300 a month and rank for that. If you want to rank out here when you get closer to McKinney, if you want to rank organically for like Frisco or Plano, Allen, Texas, Garland, then you need to have more knowledgeable SEO, not somebody who's just getting paid $3 an hour and your SEO company's marking it up to $1,500 a month, because then you get stuff like this to where it looks good on paper, right? But there's some really glaring mistakes that somebody who actually knows what they're doing with SEO is going to see, and you're not actually going to get the customers that you want. So if you want SEO that's actually done right, if you want on-page SEO that actually is going to work for you and get you clients and get you ROI, get a hold of me. Contact us at Green Hat Local SEO at GHLS.io. We'll go ahead and get this done for you. Ask about our free Until You Rank SEO program. Again, my name is Kyle Sabra, and I will talk to you later.